Starting the workout, warming up with just the bar. All right, YouTube. In this book right here, I've been writing down some things, all right? Because I know New Year's is coming, and I know a lot of people are trying to learn a lot of things. So every day, I'm going to try to make a video. This right here is going to be the top 10 use it or lose it rules, all right, for when you're cutting, all right? So a lot of guys, women, we like to lift weights, all right? Go in the gym, lift some weights. I tell even women, yo, you need to train like a man. If you're trying to look like what you're trying to look like, those people that you trying to look like, they lift like dudes, all right? So this applies to y'all too. So like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's get into it. And then right now I'm showing y'all footage of my bench press session that I just had a couple hours ago, right? You see the same clothes on. All right, so let's get into it, all right? Things to pay attention to, all right, when you're losing weight. Caloric deficit. Caloric deficit, your calories are energy, all right? So when you're on a caloric deficit like I am, I lost almost 10 pounds so far on my diet, right? So you got to understand that calories are energy. So when you're on a caloric deficit, after a while, expect that your workouts are not going to be exactly the same. I lost 10 pounds. I'm already feeling. I got a few more pounds to lose, right? So before I'm shredded. So I say all the time, you can probably hear me say this in this video a lot. Push the weights anyway. Expect that your energy is going to be lower. Try to keep your energy high. Do other things. Get you some sleep. Get you some rest. Stay hydrated. Do all the health things. Eat fruits and vegetables, things that got vitamins. Your macronutrients are very important on your diet, all right? If you're trying to have peak performance, all right? You're performing when you're lifting weights. So if you're trying to perform at your best, at your maximum capacity, you need nutrition. Nutrition is always important, but when you're cutting, oh yeah, it's even more, all right? So number 2, like I said, calories are energy. So number 2 ties in with number 1, all right? So number 3, mass moves mass, all right? I was 185 at the end of my bulk. Right now I'm like 175 on a cut, still cutting. I'm 10 pounds smaller, even though that 10 pounds was mostly water and muscle loss, because I've been doing what I need to do to keep, not muscle, water and fat loss. Oh my gosh, not muscle loss. I'm leaving that in there too. Water and fat loss, right? So I'm still pretty much the same amount of muscle, right? You got to understand that mass moves mass regardless of whatever it is, right? Of course, more muscle can lead to more strength. But a guy who's 315, he has a better chance of benching 315 than a guy that's 200 pounds or less. And even if that person is a little bit more muscular and this guy is a little bit more fatter, it just is what it is. All right, it's easy to lift your body weight. So the more body weight you have, the better chance you have of lifting more weight. But that ain't the goal right now. The goal right now is cutting. So I'm dieting, I'm cutting. Like I said in part 1, number 1, push the weights anyways, all right? Even though you're small, all right? Number 4, endorphins from food, snacks, and drinks, etc. Right? So when you're eating all these foods, you got endorphins, all right? You eating snacks, chips, M&Ms, candy, sodas, or whatever. I ain't saying you need to bulk on that, but I'm just saying, like, when you got a little freedom, you gonna eat some of the things you want, right? And a lot of people are like, I don't do any of that. And lying to themselves and act like, lying to somebody to help. That's not gonna help. Reality is reality, right? But your endorphins might be lower because you're not getting this enjoyment all day, right? So when you go in the gym, like a lot of times I might have a pack of M&Ms before I go to the gym. Right now I'm dieting, that's a waste of calories. I guess I can't get, but at the same time I need to stick to the goal. I need to stick to the script if I want to get shredded, right? So that feel is going to be different. What do? I push the weights anyways, all right? Even if I can't lift the same amount of weight or the same reps, I'm going to push the weight anyways. Because when I get down to what I'm getting down to and I bump my calories up back to maintenance, some of that strength and reps should come back. Most of it, if not all of it, right? At a lighter body weight, which means I got 265 pounds on the bar right there. Mind you, I was doing 300 during my bulk. I could have done more than that, but my energy was gone after all the other sets and reps. Think about it. Energy. Number 5. This one is going to be a big one. This is the biggest thing I see people do, and myself in the past, and I had to learn the hard way. Right? Like I say, use it or lose it when it comes to strength and muscle. So we talk about strength right here. Number 5 is workout, exercise, and rep selection. A lot of people change their whole workout, or they do the same workout, kind of give or take, but they change their rep selection, and they change their exercises, they change everything. I tell people all the time, and that goes not only for strength, but also keeping your muscle. What you did to gain that strength and muscle is the same thing you need to do when it comes to keeping that strength and muscle. For instance, on the bench press, a lot of people know that if you do more reps, you're burning more calories, right? So a lot of guys, I'm trying to lose weight, so I'm going to do more reps, I'm going to burn more calories. You're basically using your weightlifting as cardio, which is a big mistake. Use your cardio as cardio. Get on a stair stepper, go out and walk, play some basketball, do whatever you do for cardio, right? Don't use the weights as cardio. All right, I'm not saying you can't have 1 or 2 high super rep sets sometime. I mean, myself, I got the Rep and Time Fitness Bench Press Challenge where you put however much body weight you weigh, give or take 5 pounds, and rep it out as many times as you can. See how many reps you can get. I can get like almost 30 with my body weight on a good day when I got energy and calories, right? But that's not the way I work out. That's just me challenging myself and challenging others to step up to the bar and go against me. If you feel like you can do something, you feel froggy, you know what I'm saying? But that is not the way to keep your muscle and strength. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't help, but if your whole workout is like that, nah. If your max, let's say your max, I'm just throwing out a number. If your max is 315 on your bulk, and then you cut and you never do 315 or anywhere near it during your cut, most likely you use it or lose it. You're going to lose that ability to do that or anywhere near it. If you could do 225 for 12 reps, and now since you're cutting, you're doing way less than 225, you're going to lose that ability to do that 225 for even 9 reps or 8 reps. You might not even be able to get 5 or 6 reps. I know from experience, I've done that. All right, years ago in the past. I wisened up from there. All right, number 6, the feel of defeat. Like I said in the other ones I just said, you'll feel defeated when you are used to going in there and lifting a certain amount of weight, doing a certain amount of reps, and sometimes it'll get you like, dang, I can't do it. What do? You push the weights anyways. I'm not saying push the weight that you was pushing. If you can't push it, don't push it. I'm saying find out what you can push and push that. You see what I'm saying? You have to still push the weights, right? So number 7, people will say this: you look small. And that'll get to you. If you used to people saying, dang, bro, you're not getting smaller. Your muscles, if you're doing the right things, you're not really getting smaller, all right? You might look smaller. You look less pumped. You got less calories in you, which means you got less carbs in you, which means you hold less hydration. So you're not going to get the same pump on a cut as you would on a bulk, all right? So you're going to look smaller. You're going to feel smaller. Matter of fact, you are smaller. I went from 185 to 175. Once I put those calories back in me, after I get all the way shredded and everything just pop out the way it's supposed to, then they won't be calling me small anymore. until I tell them how much I weigh. How much you weigh? Oh, that's too small. Somebody say, man, dog, you big as hell. How much you weigh? Man, dog, I weigh 165. Man, you too little. You just said, though, in the same sentence. All right? So that takes me to number 8. Cutting too fast. All right? So if I was 185 and I want to get to 165, that's 20 pounds. All right? If I was to try to lose that 20 pounds in a week, whether I succeed or not, I'm going to lose energy. I'm going to be starving. I'm not going to be able to do anything. That's how you lose muscle, cutting weight too fast. All right? I don't got that much weight to lose, so I can cut a little bit faster than I would if I had a lot of weight to lose. Yes, if you got a lot of weight to lose, the weight comes off faster initially anyways. But as in like trying to lose weight that fast, you're going to have to cut your calories so low. You're going to have to do so much cardio, so much activity. You're not going to have energy to lift the weights. You're not going to have energy to push the weights. All right? And then if you can't push the weights, you got to remember the weights is what gave you the muscle. So if you're not pushing the weight, you just asking to lose every ounce of muscle. Cutting does not, the goal, if you're trying to look muscular, toned, or whatever you're trying to do, cutting, you're trying to manipulate 3 different things when it comes to weight: water, muscle, and fat. The number one thing, the only thing you really need to be worried about losing is the fat. The only thing you need to be worried about keeping is the muscle. The water should handle itself, right? Until you get done dieting, if you want to do a physique update, or if you're weighing in for some sport that has weight classes, boxing, MMA, or whatever, powerlifting, or whatever, bodybuilding, whatever. Then you mess with the water, all right? So other than that, you don't want to be walking around dehydrated all the time so you can look shredded either. You know what I'm saying? So rehydrate after you dehydrate, if you dehydrate. But if you just try to be leaner and look good in clothes, you don't need to be dehydrated at all. So that leads me to number 9. Compare yourself to others who are not cutting. This is a big one for me. All right, let's say me and this dude used to bench press the same amount of weight, but now I'm cutting and he's not. And I'm feeling all bad because he's still doing that same weight, or maybe he made a little bit of an improvement and mine is going down, even though my body weight is going down. A lot of people don't understand that pound for pound thing. A lot of people don't want to hear it. Oh, I benched 300, but I only weigh 170. You benched 300, but you weigh 200 and something. But still, it's the same amount of weight that we lifted. People don't pay attention to things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same, right? At all. So, number 10 is going to make you lose strength and muscle. Is not following my list. All this stuff I just said, you need to pay attention. And that's how you stay strong. If you haven't followed my list, also, if you're trying to lose weight, I tell people all the time, don't wait until New Year's. But if you wait until New Year's or whatever you want to do, if you're trying to lose weight and you didn't succeed last year, why would you take the same exact route? If you listen to X person and you didn't succeed, if you actually did the things that that person was talking about, why would you take the same route? You want to just make your own route. Why would you keep listening to yourself? I can help you. You can either take my route or I can help you make your own route. How? Click on the video. Top 10 misconceptions about weight loss. Also, you can watch my New Year's playlist and it'll help you come up with a plan. Or you can do both if you got time. Watch that one, then come back and watch that one. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Holler back at your boy. Look at my physique updates. Peace.